And once again, we welcome you to 4,000 years of Black biblical heritage. And today we'll talk about Noah's sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Some people say Japheth. But the word Ham means black, the land of Ham. Even Abraham, Abraham's name was Abram. But then when he moved to the land of Ham, his name became Abram of Ham. So they put those together and came up with the name Abraham. That's how he got his name. The sons of episode 2. The sons of Noah were Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Now, when we talk about Ham, Shem, and Japheth, we're going to start talking about identifying the different races that exist today. Sociology or sociological, there are only, I think it's 5 races. You got Caucasoid, Mongoloid, Negroid, Australoid, and they say sometimes the American Indian. So those are your races. There is no such race as a Jew, a Semite. So these are your races: Negroid, Mongoloid, Caucasoid, Australoid, and sometimes the American Indian. So Ham had these 3 sons. Noah had these 3 sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth. And when they left the Garden of Eden, they went to different areas of Africa. Now remember, all of this took place in Africa. So for some reason, when they got to Babel and they started to build the Tower of Babel, this is when they began to disagree with each other and they had confusion. And this is where they say that the basic races come from. So Ham stayed in the hot area, where it is in the middle of Africa, near the equator. So that's why Hamites are darker than most of the other children. Now let's take in mind, when I say we as black people, we're black and dark and our hair is like it is for a reason. The reason that we're black is because we came from a country where direct sunlight shined on us all the time. So we had melanin in our body to protect us from the sun. Now, it's very seldom that you hear of a black person having skin cancer. And basically, that's the reason why they don't normally have it, is because of melanin. Right now, my hair is gray, but it's gray because of a lack of melanin. When I was younger, I had more melanin in my body than I do now. So when these brothers began to separate, then their bodies also began to change. So if you look at, let's take Shem. Shem is over in the area of Egypt. So those people are brown skinned and they got straight hair, and it's straight like that for a reason. Japheth is considered to be the father of the white race, because when he left the Tower of Babel, he went north up into Switzerland and up into that cold climate. So now, if you lived in that cold climate, then your body automatically adapted. It took years for it to do it, but your body adapted to the climate that you live. So we as black people have what they call kinky hair, curly hair, because it curls up to let the heat escape from our body and cool us off. Most black people will have a broad nose, and this is to ensure that enough oxygen get in your body to cool your body off. And the same thing with the lips. The lips are thicker because we can pull in more air through our nose, through our mouth to cool us off. Now, if you go to up in Norwegian and Switzerland and all those places, they come out with pointed noses. The noses are slender, the lips are thin, the hair is flat, and that is to maintain heat inside their bodies because they're from a cold climate. So this is why white people can take more cold than black people. And most of the time, black people can take more heat than white people. So now keep in mind, there are parts of Africa where there are people so black until they're blue. And guess what? They got straight hair. just like white people. Let's take the continent or the country of India. India, what does the word indigo mean? Black. We got India and then you got indigo. So if you look at some of the Indians right here in Tuscaloosa, around the world, some of those people from India, not the Native American India, I'm talking about the people from India. Some of them look just like black people. As Discovery Magazine and Discovery Channel did a series on blacks in the Bible, and they said that Adam and Eve was most definitely black. And they're saying they came out of Africa. They were short, pygmy type African. They did a series called In Search of Eve. And every living woman in the world today, whether she's black, white, or whatever, has a gene in her body that can be traced back to Eve, the mother of all mankind. Thus ends another portion of 4,000 years of black biblical heritage. And if we can add scripture to that, Genesis chapter 10, verse 1, Genesis 11, 10 through 27, Genesis 14, 13, and 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 6. And very briefly, there is not a curse anywhere in the Bible where a person was cursed black. The curse was always white with leprosy. Nobody in the Bible was ever cursed black. So this is a myth that was taught by the European white people to demean the black man. You are not black because of a curse. And next series, I'm gonna tell you about the curse. It wasn't about being black, but it's going to be explained very well about the curse. Very briefly, when Moses had his confrontation or encounter with God at the bush, I think it was, and God told Moses to put his hand into his bosom and pull it out. And Moses' hand turned to a leprous white. God told him to put his hand back into his bosom and pull it out. It turned to the original color. Now, the Bible didn't lie. It just didn't tell you what the original color was. So the original color had to be something other than white. So what was the original color? The original color was black. So what King James did, he didn't lie. He just didn't give you enough information. See you next week.